go ahead, kick us off. Who you got? Chiefs or
You
Eagles?
know, I got this. Not no question for me. You never bet against my homeboy. I said it before the off season when I called y'all crazy for not picking the Chiefs to be number one in their division.
Mhm.
I'm saying it now. You never bet against this guy. All right, I got another shot to take at Blaze because I put something in the chat before the show.
Ooh.
Remember when we had that argument when I said that the Eagles had the better overall roster? There's
Yeah.
one guy from Andy Reid all-time defense between Eagles and Chiefs that Patrick Mahomes played with, and it was Chris Jones on that all-time Andy Reid defense. Everybody else before Patrick Mahomes or Eagles players. So again, Andy Reid had better rosters with the Eagles. Okay, but all right, back to this Super Bowl.
Okay.
Going with the Chiefs, obviously Mahomes. You have a defensive line. Yes, I know the 49ers also had a great defensive line, but you have a great defensive line with uh, Jones, Frank Clark, Carl Loftus, Derek Nnamdi, and you have some rotational guys. You have two solid linebackers with the young guys I said I like in the offseason with Nick Bolton and Willie Gay. The rookies at corner has been playing great. Um,
Yep.
Now, like y'all said, I don't want to discredit the Eagles, but it was one team you forgot to mention, Joe, and I'm real disappointed in you. The Lions, game one, put up 35, I believe, against the
True.
Eagles.
Sure
Yeah.
did.
38, 35.
There you go.
So the defense can get bombed and scored on. So I do want to say that. Now I'm not going to take anything away from the Eagles. They do have a good offense, do have a good defense.
Mhm.
But another thing the Chiefs did was that same guy, Joe Mixon, that ran for over 100 against the Bills, couldn't get nothing going against that Chiefs defense. Like y'all said, it's basic football. You take away the run, you can't really do too much more. It turns the team one dimensional, and then you really got them.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I hope now the question, the unknowns are the healthiness of these receivers. How healthy are these receivers? Because we know what Mahomes going to do, one leg or not. He showed you what he going to do. It's just can we get enough guys back to get enough separation before those guys? And I know you hate to hear it, Tomo, but Pop, Fletcher Cox, and all of them can get
Yeah.
back there because they got a D line too.
Everybody else, it's just that one. It's just 55. Everybody else get my respect, but that old man need to go home, bro.
All right. Now, like I said, I can't believe Ty came on here and flat out lied to y'all. Okay, I
Okay.
got some stats here.
Okay.
Let's go. Touchdowns, passing touchdowns. The Bengals were third with 17 all season. Yards, they were middle of the pack, right? So they were middle of the pack. We're giving up passing yards, but the most of the time they was up, so teams were throwing to come back. Okay. That same, by the way, that same trash Bengals defense didn't allow Josh Allen to score a passing touchdown all game,
Mhm.
but that's just a trash passing defense, you
Yep.
know. So again, completion percentage. I believe they were third. I'm trying to find it. I just had it. Here you go. They were third. No, they were first. Excuse me. Giving up
Woo.
the worst completion percentage with 58.9%.
Okay, I think it
Um,
might. Y'all hear that?
no, they were middle of the
Yeah.
pack.
Yeah. Hey, Carl, you got some background noise in your mic.
It
Your
might
phone.
be
I
my
think it's a
phone
phone.
interference.
It
Yeah,
might be
yeah,
the
it might
Okay.
be
phone.
the phone.
Yeah.
All right, so I
Right.
just put that down, but I'm just throwing you some stats out there from a terrible pass defense of the Cincinnati Bengals that Mahomes with one leg looked great against. So you know what I'm saying? So
Good
Listen,
point.
he's really converted to the Eagles now. Ain't
I
no
tried
Eagles
to tell
slash
you.
Ravens.
I tried to tell y'all.
Yeah.
Converted.
I just can't believe he played. I don't think he lied for a team again when we played him.
Hey, look, man. I knew it. I knew it was a full shift. At first, I thought it was just Dak hate, and then it just kept going. I was like, man, he's an Eagles fan at this point.
At this point,
Yeah.
maybe he's salty about that first round, but he didn't believe y'all anyway. So
He's disqualified as a Ravens fan. Anytime he posts a Ravens note, we gotta delete it out the group.
And
Look, I'm
Sneaky's
salty
amazing
about
in the
that
Pro
first
Bowl.
round pick, and you know I gave us a 2% chance of winning, but I'm not going hard for the Chiefs like this guy.
yeah. All right, Coach, who you picking?
I'm going with Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. Andy Reid and that stellar mind of his, that offensive scheming that he pulls up. Everything Carl says, every single thing Carl said that offseason that he had the Chiefs number one. Now, mind you, I had the Chiefs fourth, but nobody in that division had a losing record, and I still had the Chiefs in the playoffs over the Chargers. But Mahomes, when you as great as he is, I think a lot of people are missing the fact how great the defense was all season. That defense was sneaky good the entire season. I mean, almost quiet good. Because why? All you needed to do was watch Mahomes do Mahomes magic. You're not going to pay attention to what's happening to the other 11 on the field. Why? Because they got 3 downs and outs, and they got a couple turnovers, but Mahomes was doing all this magic. But that's the part that people aren't paying attention to. The Kansas City Chiefs are number 2 in sacks. You don't need to be number 1 in sacks. If you're in the top 5 in sacks, that means you can get to the quarterback no matter what the offensive line looks like. And the last time I checked, I haven't seen a number 1 offensive line be the reason why a team won the Super Bowl. That's what the Eagles have. They have the number 1 offensive line, which is why they can pass the way they pass with the way Jalen Hurts moves behind the pocket, which is why they can run so amazingly. They have the number 1 offensive line. But when the number 1 offensive line comes against a defense who is played against 2, 3, 4, 5 offensive line numbers, they'll be just fine taking care of the Eagles. The Eagles, again, as you said it, if you stop the run, you're going to stop their entire identity of what they could do. If you actually make Jalen Hurts sit back there and have to play pocket football, the Eagles are in a lot of trouble. The only thing I've seen the Eagles do in the playoffs is play a 4th-string quarterback. They didn't have Brock Purdy for 3 quarters. You know what I mean? And then they lost him. No. He got hurt, I think, the first play of the game.
Basically.
Drive.
So they're on the 4th quarterback for a whole game. If you really thought San Francisco was pulling that one out of their behind, I didn't see that. I gave them the chance because of Purdy. You using a 4th-string quarterback who was basically a decoy mobile quarterback for your practice squad, and you're not winning with that. That's not going to happen. It's really not. So the Eagles didn't play anything. They didn't. They played the Giants. The Giants were a good team, but you beat up on them twice. I'm really not giving you so much credit because you beat them, and I would have gave you more laughable stuff if you would have lost to them in the playoffs. But you beat them, which is kind of what you were supposed to do. I'm not saying they haven't played anybody, but I'm not saying they were out here playing the best. And what they're about to face is a man who should have been out because he has a high ankle sprain. That is a 4 to 6 week injury, and he's on the football field moving better than some running backs,
man,
with a hyperextended ankle. You understand? Like it's kind of impossible, and yet he went out here and won a football game, mind you, with a bum ankle and the 3rd, 4th, and 5th string receiver.
Yeah,
all of his receivers are out except for MVS. He's the only one. That's it. You went to the oldest receiver that you have to make all the plays for you to win a playoff game. If that is the caliber of offensive strength that they have with minimal starting offensive players, I think the Eagles are in a lot of trouble going up against this offense. I'm not calling this offense high-powered. I'm calling this offense Patrick Mahomes controlled to do what he want to do, and if you can't stop him, you're in trouble. That blitzing crap ain't going to work. I'm telling you that now. It'll work on a quarterback with a turf toe. Turf toe. You can't run.
Which he had against the Bucs.
Like he's moving just fine on the ankle that he got right now. Bum or not, I saw him hop 2 times on 1 foot to throw a touchdown pass.
Hey, coach.
And I have yet to see a team stop Kansas City from running the football. And I haven't said that in a few years. I've actually said they had the worst running game in the NFL. I have yet to see anybody actually be able to handle their running offense. So the Chiefs
did a good job.
as the Eagles. So if the Eagles, and that's the thing, if the Eagles think stopping the run is going to do something, I mean, you still have to stop Patrick Mahomes from running. And if you send the blitz, all you're really leaving Kelsey open for a 10-yard first down, like just about on every other play. And if you think that's not going to work, then all they're going to do is sneak another soft receiver to come behind Kelsey because you're going to double team Kelsey on a blitz, which would be very stupid, and you're still going to leave a person 12 yards open. He's going to get the ball out of his hands. I don't care what he does. I think he's one of the most least sacked quarterbacks in the NFL. He does not get sacked that much.
Yeah, they're the number 1 pass blocking rate.
Okay. So number 1, I will take the number 1 pass blocking offense over the number 1 rushing defense that has to go up against the number 2 sack defense. So, yes, I'm picking Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs to beat the Philadelphia Eagles 29-27.
All right, so I'm not an Eagles fan.
It's going to be close. It's going to be close.
Look, I'm not an Eagles fan, but I know they're gonna come on here. They're gonna hear this. They're gonna bring up their safeties and cranberry juice.
You can bring up whatever you want to bring
Hey,
up.
I just gotta throw it out there for them. They not here.
As I
also
said
the
it to
Chiefs,
Joe,
the Chiefs are hurt at
in
receiver
the
too. We gotta throw out
offseason,
that too.
when I said it to Joe in the offseason with
Yeah,
the
hurt our
Philadelphia
receiver.
dude, I said that the Eagles are going to get this far if you look at their schedule. They will get this far. Because my biggest argument was, does Jalen Hurts get paid? Yes, if he wins the Super Bowl. Because based on their schedule, losing in the Super Bowl don't get him paid. Because that schedule is soft. I'm sorry. They had to win that win the way they did. That was a soft schedule. They didn't play anybody. They didn't play anyone. The NFC was the softest it's ever been, for one. Their division may have been the toughest that it's been outside of even with Washington coming back. That's 6 games, though. That's it. That's it. So to me, the Eagles have not played a tough team. I'm sorry. I don't know what you came on here and said a while ago. It's the fact that you couldn't even find a team that the Eagles have played.
That's true.
That was tough enough for them to beat. But you hear Raven how bad they're gonna win 45. Come on, bro.
He said Raven.
You don't have ourselves.
He that Eagle fan him out, man.
We need to have ourselves a nice little battle.
Hey, Carl, that was fun.
He was tough.
Hey, Carl, what's your score? You give a score?
31-24 Chiefs.
I like that score. 31-24. You said 28-20. What you say, Coach?
29-27.
29-27. Okay. We're gonna keep these scores in mind. All right. So
And to answer your question, Ty came in here and spoke blasphemous.
he did. He did. All right. So I appreciate y'all, man. Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.